Hello, everybody. I am SunPsychic Jean, and please welcome Ginny B. Hi, Ginny.
Hello, everyone, and good afternoon or good morning, wherever you are in the world.
I know that's why I just say hello. And it's a beautiful Monday afternoon, and I do believe there's going to be like a full moon and a super moon, and I remember reading that they say that the super moon is closer to the Earth and appears larger. And this is what the first of three super moons, and it's always so fun to have those really big moons right around the fall harvest and the Halloween time. It makes it really special, so I just want to make sure that I mention that, and uh, so that everybody gets a chance to see it. And it's usually like when it first comes out is when it like when it's closest to the horizon is when it looks the largest. And I don't know, have you ever had an experience with seeing a supermoon right on the horizon?
Yes, a couple of times, but I was like more out west and it was darker. You have to time it just right to see it, but there's a word for that, why things on the horizon appear larger than they are, but I don't remember what that word is. But it's a scientific anomaly for our eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That's as much as
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Mm-hmm. It is, and I did have an experience before I knew what it was. I think I was like in my mid 20s, and I was driving home from work, and I almost like ran off the road, and I'm like, "What is that coming up over the horizon?" I was like, "Is that like a spaceship?" And I could see it like between the houses, and the road I was going on was going up and down. So sometimes I would see it, and other times I wouldn't. I went and raced through the neighborhood to try and get to a spot where I could see it, and it was like
Oh,
behind
wow.
the houses coming up, and it looked so large compared to the houses. And I never saw anything like that before in my life. And I'm like, what is this? What could this be? I didn't know it was the moon. And then by the time I got home, it was sort of like high enough in the sky that it looked like a large moon, but not the size that it looked as it was coming up over the horizon there. It was startling and awe inspiring to say the least.
Wow.
But so I always try and replicate that experience and catch it right as it comes over the horizon. It's really hard to do that. And I haven't been able to. I've witnessed it pretty large, like when it's hanging like
Mm.
right above the horizon, pretty large. It almost looks like a sun, but it's the moon. And but I and that's as large as I could see it. But when it's on that horizon, for some reason it looks gigantic. I don't know. Has anybody else here in the chat? Congratulations, Lisa P73. She was awarded a membership. There was five memberships that were free, five free memberships given out today. And hello, Chris. Nice to see you. Maria Amethyst Celestine. Nice to see you. Carolyn Loving Life. I love that, Carolyn. Nice to see you. Artist Liz, Lisa P73. Akila B is here. Hi, Akila B. Thanks for being here. I just watched your Saturday show earlier today, Akila. It was very good. Artist Liz, uh, Malika is here. Hi, Malika. Nice to see you. Rich Lean is here. Leona. Let me see. From Not for my mom, Margaret. Okay. All right. So artist Liz has a question right away. And just so you know, everybody, we're going to be getting messages for you from if you have any personal questions. No medical questions, if you could, no legal questions, no political questions. And please put your questions in caps and kindly use emojis similar to what artist Liz has done here. It really does help. And I usually just click on anything that's in caps. Yeah, so let's get started. May I please have a message from my mom, Margaret, is what she wanted to say, on what to expect in 2026 for health and finances. I'm not sure. I I think it's important to understand that our loved ones are there to watch over us and to guide us. I don't know that they are a resource or a um, I don't know, like a particular. I mean, they're there to guide us, but they don't act as like our spirit guides or angels. It's a different. Um, Like they don't want to come in and interfere with our free will. They can help to nudge us and to let us know that they're there and that they're here to support us. So I would like to get a message from your mom, Margaret, and to see what message she wants to tell you, or I can get a message from your spirit guides and angels about 2026. Um, so let me just see what comes through. Ginny, did you want to? I'm going to switch you over since you have cards there, and I'll do that.
Sure. I'm glad that you made that clarification, Jean, because it's helpful. My immediate thought, um, Artist Liz, which is a cool name, is your mom says you've talked about this before and you know what to do. You're just looking for a different answer that'll be easier. That's kind of what I got. But the card that I pulled was power lines and energy. Both your health and your finances are energy, right? So our money is an energy. It is transactional. We have to mind it. We have to put it to the best use. We have buying power with it, or we have loss of income or energy to buy. So it's a matter of keeping in either topic, because this applies to both of it. You can just apply it as it works for you, that you have to keep generating what you need to do to keep the power consistent. You don't want any surges of electricity or surges in because a surge in power can create a short, a blackout, or all sorts of things. So steady as it goes is kind of the thing that there. And the message took us that there is no magic. You know what to do, and you just need to be consistent in how you do that, and quit looking for the magic answer. I know that's not what you were looking for, but I hope it helps in some sense.
Thanks, Ginny. So your mom is encouraging you to look within. She's saying the answers that you're seeking are within you. They're already inside of you. And she's saying that when you trust and what your choices are and you do your best, that's all anybody can ask for. With the information that you're provided to make your highest and best choice at that moment, that's all we can do. And she's saying to trust yourself that you will be guided to the next best choice and decision each and every day. This is a creative process, and it's there's not a foretold conclusion or result out there waiting for you. It's about because we have free will, it's about each decision that we make each and every day. So your mom is essentially saying to live in the now moment, live in today, and do your best that you can do today. And that's all anybody can ask. She's saying it's important for you to trust yourself, trust your instincts. And this is what Ginny was alluding to, that you have this, this power inside of you, that it's important for you to trust and rely on. Um, and that's what's going to serve you best. And it does have everything to do with the way you what you decide today, how you conduct, make your choices today, how it's going to result in the future. With that said, will artist Liz be happy in 2026? I get that you're a very happy person. I get that you love to express yourself. I get that your artistry and the colors that you use are very healing. Will artist Liz be healthier than she is today in 2026? And that is in a circle. And what that means is free will. Depends on your choices and your decisions and your actions. And they're telling me you're going to be researching some natural healing to help you. And will artist Liz be wealthy? Happy, wealthy, and wise, right? Will artist Liz be wealthy in 2026? And that's again, you're up to you. Will she be fortunate in her and in her happiness and in contentment? I do feel like you're fortunate in the things that you do have, the things that are working for you, is what I feel. So, and you can please do. I know that you are an amazing psychic and a medium yourself. Get your pendulum out and ask, is this in my highest good? Is this vitamin in my highest good? Is it spaghetti or is it salmon that's in my highest good? And try and help yourself because all the answers come from within. And it's important that you trust yourself because you are wise. And that's what I have for you, Miss Artist
I
Liz.
If I
Mhm.
can add there, I think Jean just told you, artist Liz, that you need to hook into the grid,
Oh, what
into the
grid?
power grid
Oh, the
with
first
the
card.
cards. Yep.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh. You're welcome, Artist Liz. All the best to you. Hang in there. And it's it's a process. It really is. Look inside yourself. Is probably the biggest,
You're
strongest
welcome.
message that came from that. So thank you. You're welcome. Um, oh, you're welcome, CJ. CJ got a membership too. Look, boop, boop. Check out all the members only lives in there too. Okay, if you're asking for advice on a situation, if you could maybe elaborate just a little bit, give us a little bit more detail because cryptic messages don't. It's difficult to understand or to get a clear message for you. Um, so let's go with Carolyn, loving life. After Carolyn is Malika, and I'll start writing these down. And I'm sorry, I feel like I'm yelling. These things they plug your ears and I feel like I'm yelling. So Carolyn says, "Message from my guides, please."
I pulled a card for Carolyn already.
Sure.
It's a color card. It's coral. Allow flow and synchronicity into your life. So, coral for Carolyn, it is neither yellow or orange, it's both. So, a conduit. So, the synchronicity are taking two things and putting them together and figuring out the message, or sometimes it's just a new way of seeing things. There's not necessarily a message in everything, but there's a new way of seeing things just differently for the fun of it. So I see in your picture there, you ask your horse. Your horse will tell you. My guess is your horse tells you a lot of things. You can take the color coral to the corral for Carolyn. So fun little things there with words. So just embrace a little bit more synchronicity and have a little bit more fun looking at things and not be so serious.
That is a powerful deck, Ginny. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm going to need. In fact, I think I do have a color deck. I don't know if it's that one. I'll have to get it out.
This one?
But I got such a big hit. Oh, I think it is. I think I do have that one. Yeah, it's an old one, right? Oh, oldie but goodie. Yeah. What I was getting from that as well, Carolyn, is creativity. It's your sacral chakra and creativity. And they want you, I feel as though they want you, or not they want you, but it's important for you to consider expanding your creative activities. And I feel as though this is also spiritual for you, but it goes hand in hand. You know, when I took my shamanism class, and I don't know if you're interested in shamanism, it doesn't matter. There was a lot of creative aspect to it. Like, I can't draw, I can't paint, but they made us draw and paint all the time. And really, it did help um, it's with the connection to spirit. It really, really did. But I'm just not a eye hand coordination. But for anybody who is, when you do incorporate color, when you do, even if you just want to get a bouquet of flowers, or even if you want to cook a beautiful meal with all different colors in it, or if you want to, you know, grow a garden, paint, color, knit, whatever you can do with your hands and that's creating and that you're becoming, and with color. It's important to have that color aspect because it's very healing and it does expand our awareness and open up our connections. Color has frequency and vibration, and it is just beckoning at me. And Carolyn, I think that you may have experienced one of my meditations before, but I just love color comes in all the time for healing, for expansion, and you just never know what you're going to get. So they want you to start, playing, experimenting in whatever way you feel guided and whatever way you have already at your disposal right there. So all the best to you. And I love your Carolyn loving life. I love that. That's nice. All right. So after Malika is Christian. Um, Let me see. Here's Malika. She says, "May I get guidance from my past grandmother about the way forward? Will I return to my true home soon or not?" We'll see what we can get. Oh, Carolyn, you're going to love this thing I'm going to put on the membership page. She says, "I love to craft and decoupage. I also make jewelry." Ooh.
Make something in a coral color.
Yep, there's something about that, Carolyn, for sure. I would not ignore it. Sorry, sorry, Malika. I just wanted to catch that response there. Message from her grandmother, and similar to artist Liz, we'll see what we can get for you. Is your grandmother? Are you guys psychic? Because she's coming in here and telling me that she's psychic. Is your grandmother psychic? She's telling me that you're psychic too. Not, if she had the gift or intuition or dreams or whatever it is, or had good gut instincts. But your grandmother came right in and she's like, put both of her hands on her hips. Oh my gosh. Yes, we were. Oh my gosh. Yep. Yep. She's here. We dream. She put her hands on her hips and she's like, I'm here to help her. She is your guide. She wants to come through. She doesn't want me to dismiss her. For sure. Okay, grandma. So, grandmother, will she return to her true home soon? She said home is where the heart is,
Mhm.
and she's saying if you set your sight, uh, you can achieve anything you put your mind to, and it is eventually in your future, is what she's saying. Like you will eventually get there, but the timing, it's important for you to trust divine timing. I don't know if she always said that to you. Oh my gosh, Malika, you are guided. You are guided, guided, guided. And your grandmother wants to be here. She wants to be here for the whole show. She wants to tell artist Liz, and she wants to tell Carolyn. She's like, I have it, I have it, I have it. And she loves that she's able to come in and to chat. She's really, really chatty. And she's jovial, very loving, and happy. And she wants you to be happy and to feel your heart. Um, so what that's what I have. I'm sorry if that didn't.
No,
That's all that I
no,
have
that's
right
fine.
now.
When I Malika, when I first read your question, as I was reading down through earlier, the yeah, your grandmother was there, and it's no matter where you go, my dear, that's where you are. So back to the home. Home is where you're at. So she wants you to sit and study and write this down on a piece of paper. What is it that you envision your true home to be? What is the thing that you're reaching for, longing for, or think you need to be? And write that down, because then you identify whatever it is. It's some kind of a mythical happy place that you need to get back to, because we also have the adage, you can never go home again, because no matter what you have in your head, when you go back, if you go, so just for instance, if it's a place that you were at when you were younger, when you go back to it as an adult, it's different because you're different. It's changed because it went on. So the same thing in whatever that you're thinking about home to be. So you need to identify what that is and then go from there. It doesn't mean that you won't go back if it's a physical place. It just means you need to understand the dynamics of what it is that you're looking for. I pulled two cards. One was follow the leader. So basically, I think what your grandmother is saying is do what she would do. And I think that occasionally you must ask, okay, I need to understand, what would grandma do if she was in this situation? Or what would she say? So follow that, follow your instincts and see where that leads you. So does the road go home, or is home a new place and you have not even imagined it yet, which could very well be. And then there's this one, which is what can you do tomorrow? So what you're procrastinating on something, so you're just wishing something or thinking about doing something, but you have all these other things you need to do today. You can do what you really want to do tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. So prioritize what it is that you think that you're looking for. Identify identify what it is that you're looking for, and it will just all of a sudden you'll go, oh, I get it now. I hope that's helpful.
It is a feeling. It is who you were. It is what you remembered. But time changes. Everything changes. Everything moves forward. Going back doesn't always put you back where it used to be. That's so wise, Ginny. I love that.
Thank you.
But Malika, will you please come
I'm old. I've
to
been there, done that.
yeah, what you're wishing for may not be where you think it is.
Mhm.
You know, it's not always in a place, but you're welcome, Malika. But I want to ask you, Malika, will you come and bring your grandmother on every live show, because she is dynamic. If she wants to do a show, if you want to come on and do a show and we can connect with her, oh my
Would
gosh, she
not be
loves it.
fun to
So
watch? Oh my goodness.
she came through like just amazingly to me. I can hear her, I can see her, I can feel her, and she came woo, right in and told me, what's for. And yeah, so think about it, Malika. I know that you're busy, but think about it. I'd love to have you on and have your grandmother come in and try and communicate with her, right? Okay, so Chris is next. After Chris is Judy. And Judy, please say hello. So Chris says, "Hi, Gina, Ginny. I need guidance on my new love interest. We recently hit a wall because I randomly got a skin condition and I don't want to meet this way. Why did this happen now? What will this," as she continued, "mean for our relationship?" Hmm, interesting.
I have a lot of questions.
Well, let me just, she said, "I never experienced this before, but talking to him, I felt fluctuating energy in my heart chakra. I just told him maybe uh, isn't time, now isn't time, and understand if he doesn't want to wait." Yeah. Um,
Has she
you
met him
know,
before, or is this just
it doesn't, I'm not picking up that she met them before. Um, but because she said in the beginning that they were going to meet. She didn't want to meet for the first time with a skin condition. But I say skin condition is, you know, it or not. It's we're online dating. Oh, that's cute. Hmm. So I don't think that it's I think it may be your nerves. I think it may be a manifestation of your need to be cautious and your just apprehensiveness. Sometimes um, it's not nerves, but it's like coming from your, apprehensiveness. And sometimes we manifest things that will put up a barrier to something to protect ourselves from rejection, so to speak. If it's contagious, like I don't
well?
know, like if you have like a, I don't know what it is, but if you have poison ivy or if you have like something on your lip or something, then you don't have to explain. You just say, I needed more time. And it's up to you. It's not like, and I think that's great that you told him that if he doesn't want to wait, that's fine. But I think if you've gotten this far online and you talk to each other, you've gotten to know each other a little bit better and you are worth waiting for. And I don't think there's anything wrong with you asking him to wait. And I think that it doesn't matter if you have a skin condition. It matters when you're ready. And you
Hmm.
could still get cold feet and say, "You know what? I'm just not quite ready yet. I need a little bit more time." Not contagious. Okay, good. Um, but yeah, I mean, but it's important for you to feel comfortable. And if this skin condition popped up, maybe it's just your way of knowing that you may not be ready. But be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself. It's a big step meeting somebody, but you know, it may just be another frog to kiss, maybe one of 10, that you're going to meet. And who knows? But it is important to you, I can see. And you wouldn't meet him unless you felt there was a connection. I love that you got that pitter patter in your heart chakra. Hmm. And that could also just be like a manifestation of your nerves as well. So how about you, Miss Ginny?
Well, ditto everything that Jean said is all I can start out with. Uh, the the phrase, as Jean was talking, that went flying through my head is "slow your roll," because you have a lot of tension. I pulled these cards earlier, not knowing who was going to get them. Hadn't read your question yet. So you have a lot of tension over this matter, right? Which again, and I think I say this a lot, is sit down and write down what it is that you are worried about, not about the skin condition, but just in meeting someone, right? Because you have anticipation. What does this mean? And if we look for love first rather than companionship, we're not getting that's not where your priority should be. Romance can be part of it, but romance lures us in, right? So you have the opportunity with online to take it slower, and it doesn't mean that you haven't. It just, um, how do I want to say this? Because I get this. There's a lot at stake. There's a lot at stake when we do this, and you want to get it right. You have this tension and worry. You have this anticipation. Will it be right? So you need to slow your roll and just relax. Because if he doesn't like you with a skin condition now, will he like you if you have a skin condition later? And if he doesn't, you don't need him, right? And it's not giving him the chance to be who he is, because he might be very insulted that you would doubt or question him. But again, don't worry about him. Quit worrying about you. Quit worrying about the anticipation, and release the judgment. Release the judgment on the situation. Do as Jane suggested. If you are uncomfortable, don't do it. You don't need any explanations to anyone, least of all to yourself, other than it doesn't work for me today. Maybe next week, maybe whatever. But don't look for a final outcome on a first meeting with
Mhm.
anybody.
And
It's
trust
just
your
the
gut there.
next step. Yeah.
She said he wants to meet regardless. I've told him about it already. But
Well, there
he's
you go.
overriding what you want. If you want to wait
Yep.
and it's
Yep.
uncomfortable for you, you have every reason. You have every he just
Right.
doesn't want you to, like how I thought in
Right.
the very beginning. He doesn't want
Right.
you to be nervous, and that he wants you to know it doesn't really matter to him. Say, I appreciate that, but it does matter to me. I want to make sure I feel comfortable when I see you. I need a couple more days, but don't let him, if you say no, don't let him change your no. Just say,
Yep.
I probably need a couple more weeks, but he really wants to come and meet you. He's looking forward to it, but it's important that he respects your wishes, and doesn't try and override or change what your wishes are.
Well,
Um,
Gene, and that might be exactly what one of the many lessons in this is that you need to stand your ground, because it's wonderful that he wants to meet you, but it's even better if he respects your boundaries.
wow.
Then he's worth meeting. Like I said, I'm old and cranky. but at that, do what's comfortable. Like Jean keeps saying, do what makes you feel comfortable. You owe no one any explanation.
Yeah. So, Judy Christensen, are you here? Can you please say hello? Or just send a little emoji or put a W in or something. After, aw, she said, "Thank you so much. I needed that. We bond on so many levels." That's great.
Well,
That's good. That's good, Chris. I'm so happy for you.
it is.
He sounds like a really nice guy too. He sounds a little over anxious or over excited to meet you though. But that's fun. That's fun. Um, and WIM 19, are you here? And Aza, are you still here? So Judy Christensen, just say hello or put a little emoji in. I just need to make sure you're still in the chat. And WIM 19 and Aza, if you guys can all please say hello. Whoop, whoop. Okay, Wim is here and Aza is here. Thank you very much. So Wim says, any spirit messages for my son that is going through a big life challenge? Would you tell us your son's first name? Okay, Judy, you'll be next. Judy is here. Thank you so much. Wim, can you just let us know your son's first name and we'll get a message for him? You know, challenges are there to help us to grow. It's an opportunity. it's an opportunity for around his career job, and his name is Mile. Matt Mile. Um, and it's important to remember that um, sometimes, especially when we're young, we can only see life this far, and we say, if I don't get this job, my life is over. But they don't know that there's going to be more jobs, more opportunities, and he has a whole long life to live. And it is difficult when we want something, we're qualified for something, and everything we've done everything right in order to achieve something in the career. And if it doesn't work out for us, it's almost like one door closes, another window or door opens, you know. It's there to teach them a lesson. It's there to teach them a lesson that just because it's something that we want doesn't mean it's something that we need. Um, and not everything that we put our effort into comes to fruition. And honestly, and this is I don't think that he's being fired, but like let's just say I know a friend who was let go
And
from a job that they were at for like they were at this job for over 10 years, and out of the blue they were let go, and you're like, you're letting me go after 10 years? What the heck? And they were like making room for upper management or something, and they were devastated, and they were like in bed crying for days because of the loss, and they made an identity for themselves attached to that job. But really, what it did was it gave them another opportunity, a better opportunity with somebody who appreciated them and utilized their skills. And they would have never been open or available for that other position um, if that hadn't happened. But it was devastating because it was crushing. It was a huge life. Oh, she said, yes, it is. Okay. He actually wants to quit, but the job market isn't that great. Yeah. Okay. No, I would definitely find another job, any job before he quits. And then he can always move on and continue. Um yeah, it is difficult to be in a place where you're either not wanted or you don't want to be. Um but I it's it's about perseverance. It's about finding the benefit or the joy in the things that are difficult and challenging, and just I feel like they're really asking him to do more than what he should be doing, and something like high pressure and giving him a lot of work and sort of micromanaging, and it's like, I don't need this. But he does need a job so he can try and persevere. Perseverance grows character. Uh, and try and find something that he looks forward to each day, so he's not just focusing on the worst part of it. And he's already made his decision to leave. It's just now the decision is when to leave, and when to leave would be in his highest good. He's in control of when to leave, and it's important for him to find something else before he does leave. He'll be so much better for it, and he just doesn't want to leave on an emotional reason or an emotional charge of, I hate this place, I've got to leave, which I understand. But it's important for him to already make that decision that he's leaving, and then make the action steps towards an exit of getting another job. It doesn't have to be the next one. It just has to be something in between till he finds what it is that he truly does want. I hope that makes. Oh, Wim says that's what I told him. Good, good. You can play this back for him.
uh, the a lot of things went through my head right now. Of course, jobs and all sorts of things are very tenuous at best, and speaking from this end of the career line and stuff, lots of things go on at work to try to get you to quit. So the thing that came through my head was document, document, document. Regardless of what he plans for his future, he needs to protect himself now. Document what he's doing. Men get their identity through their job. So it makes it particularly difficult for them when their job becomes unfaithful to them, right? Or because we got this idea that our job cares for us. Nobody's job, unless you don't even care for yourself when you're employed by yourself, right? Is that what? Be loyal to yourself and not to that, but do it carefully. Do your job to the best of your ability, but do it. How do I want to say this? Don't do more to get the same pay, because that's called getting paid less, right? So take control of what you're doing, but out of sense of pride in your job, not a loyalty to something because they're going to do something for you. But document anything that's untoward in the job, because you don't know that somebody else is just not up to no good, if that's the case, because that's just the way they do. Like Jean said, to find the lesson. Because before my other statement is I got the deceit card. In other words, betrayal and stuff going on at work, and just be mindful of that, and don't. This is me speaking as well as spirit speaking to me. Don't trust anybody at work. Don't tell anybody your plans. Don't tell them what you plan to do. Don't do that. And then find something outside the work to do so that you can have your identity through a hobby or something. Or and it just came to me, is start to update your skills. Whatever it is that you're doing, update them. Take some online classes. There's lots of stuff on YouTube you can sit in on lecture. Whatever it is that you do, just freshen your skills. Freshen your skills. Find out what you can do. All sorts of ways to do that. And perhaps that is the lesson, that you need to be resilient within yourself, not within your job. Don't be your job. A job is something you do. Don't be your job, but do your job, kind of sort of thing. And this you have to nurture yourself, educate yourself, right? And make sure, again, and it just keeps coming to me, is you need to drop the identity with the job, because there's nothing you could have done different to make it any different. So identify what is yours. And this also goes for mom. In this situation, identify what is yours and what is his, because the last people sons want to hear from is their moms, because we're always right. But at that, and as you've been doing, find a crafty way to give the advice that you've got for him, because you too have been through this. But most of all, he needs to support himself with those kind of things, and kind of disengage from his loyalty to an idea and be loyal to himself. I'll shut up now.
Beautiful. Beautiful, Ginny. Thank you so much. And thank you, Win19. All the best to Mael and all those concerned. I think he'll it's not going to be easy, but he'll make the right decisions, and he'll look back and see, the courage that it took. So thank you very much, Judy. Thank you so much for saying hello. I think Judy, sometimes people watch it on their big TV and it's hard to chat. So Judy says, my mom Adele passed in 2019 at 93. Wow. Today she would be celebrating her 100th birthday. Wow. Does she have a message for me? Aw. So let's see what Adele. I love your icon there, Judy. What have you been up to? Whoop whoop. That's a scarab, right?
I pulled a card a bit ago for her when I saw her question, and the first message I got was celebrate, celebrate. In other words, celebrate you, celebrate her, but celebrate something about yourself, and celebrate every day is her message. Don't stop celebrating. We get too wound up in all this other stuff. And out of my Let Go deck, you'll never guess the message that I picked. When you surrender to the process of aging as simply a part of the human condition, you come to peace with it. You become more loving and appreciative of other people's love and care for you. The more loving you become, you see that everybody is trying to be helpful to you, and it is loving to allow them to be helpful to you. Generosity is the willingness to share your life with others. It's a gift to people to allow them to love you.
Oh, wow.
Isn't
That
that
is
powerful?
beautiful. Yeah.
Isn't that powerful? Because it's sometimes hard to let people help us, right?
Yeah.
And so I think this one came flying out. So she picked that one, I think, for all of us. We're all going to go along with your mom. Adele's wise woman.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ginny. So, Judy, what I was picking up from your mom, Adele, is I was jumping off of oh, she said family is getting together tonight to celebrate
Cool.
mom. You were spot on. Oh my gosh.
Share
Wow.
them. Share with the message that you all need to be allowing each other to take care of each other.
Can, do you mind holding that up, Ginny? I'm going to make
Mhm.
us big and so that you can take a screenshot. Wow. That is so nice.
I can turn it around for the rest of the message.
Okay. They can pause it and take a
Yeah.
screenshot. That is so beautiful. And what deck is that? Do you have the other part of it?
Yeah, it's the letting go deck.
Oh, okay. Wow. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Isn't that amazing? Well, good for you, Judy. But it's similar to what Ginny was saying about the aging process. She's saying that aging is just a way to mark the passing of time, that we are eternal, that we are our own soul. Do you ever feel like your body is aging, but you're still like 21? 21 is where I stopped, you guys. But like I feel like some of my family members, I know one of my sisters, she still acts, not acts, but she feels like she's 16. She's always wanting to go out, have fun, go out with her friends, do different, like she's always me, I'm a little more 21, a little bit more, but it's like our soul never ages. Our soul is who we are throughout our entire life. It's our body that ages, and it's just a way to mark the passing of time. Um, and she just wants you to know that she still is like um, existing forever, is what she's saying, that she hasn't gone anywhere, and that she is honored by your celebrating her birthday. Her birth on Earth Day is what Terry Lee says. And
I love that.
mhm, she wants to send your love, and I think that she might even like flicker some lights or something, or some synchronicity, like a song might come up. She's saying watch for little signs and synchronicity. She's going to want to try and come in and communicate with you all tonight. So all the best to you, Judy. How sweet. I love that. I love that question. Thank you for being here. After Judy is Aza. And Aza has a little, she's the one who has a situation. I said, can you elaborate? And she said, the situation with her family is deeply draining me. We're constantly fighting over finances, and I feel they expect me to take care of everything in the house. Any messages will be appreciated. So, are you the owner of the house? Are you the owner and the sole owner? And if not, who is the owner? Because I think that may be, and it doesn't matter that you earn. No, you're renting. Oh, are you are you the only one on the lease? Is there somebody else on the lease? Like I can see that perhaps you may be earning a little bit more than some of the others in the home, and they just say, "Well, she can afford it. Let her do it." But um, it depends on who's on the lease. And also, like if somebody does all the maintenance and all the physical work and then somebody has to pay, maybe they don't have as much money to pay for the expenses, but they can help and do the work or do the maintenance, or and because you're not there to do the maintenance, maybe you're able to help. Just make sure that everybody maybe have a sit down and maybe a grid and work out, just like when we were kids, your chores, who did the chores, who didn't. You're going to have to, there's four of us, my two sisters and my mom, who make more. Well, I would, I mean, it's not fair to keep fighting over it, and I feel as though you're a little bit more sensitive, and maybe they can. I don't know if you feel like you're being bullied into it, but it's important for you guys to write it down and make account for each month and account for each quarter and who does what and how much. It shouldn't be that they're fighting for you to you or about you to pay, but it is important it that you contribute your fair share, whether it's financially or in you know service at whatever you can do. um yeah, it's really difficult, especially when the bills are so much. And it's not fair to say, you pay the water and I'll pay the electric or something, like, because it's just not even. I think that maybe somebody, I don't know, have you thought about everybody put in 20% of their paycheck into the kitty and one person pays the bills from that kitty? This way everybody's paying the same portion of their earnings into that, and it could be 50% of their earnings, I don't know, but whatever it is. And everybody has to be accountable with their net income. um, Maybe like a copy of their pay stub, so that we know that everybody puts it into this one shared account and everything gets paid out of that one shared account. And I don't know who wants to pay it, but she said that makes sense. It sounds fair, right? It sounds fair. It's hard to say that who's going to be doing the paying of the bills and if they're trusted or whatever, but everybody should be able to see what's coming in, and everybody sit down once a month and say, okay, this is the bill, this, we're all paying this, it's coming out of the account, until they trust one person to do the actual activity of paying the bill. You can also set up automatic payments and things like that, but everybody has to contribute a certain portion of their income um, into that one account and have everybody's name on that account. Um, yeah, it's difficult to say. How about you, Ginny? What do your cards say?
Uh, it's just so is Ozza also a female?
Aza, is it all ladies in the house? Are you also female, or are
Or are
your
you the
preferred?
brother, the only male? Yes, I
She's
okay. So you
female.
have
Yeah.
four women and a house, right? Okay, Cinderella. And
Oh wow.
this is the current situation because my guess is not only about money, but it's about how the work in the house gets done, right? Who can do what? You've got some power dynamics going on, and because you have been doing it, they just are going to let you do it because it's basically you're working. Um, it's like working with children. You have to figure out how to get this back in your favor. Now the crows say you need some balance. You need to establish territory and stay to it so that you can be released from all of the responsibility from all of it. If there's four of you, everything gets split four ways, period. Period. Everything, including the work in the house, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It doesn't matter who makes what, right? It's four ways. A and I don't know what your birth order is, but I could give a guess here. Don't let them. Don't let them. Don't let them. If you if you state carefully what your needs are, what your concerns are, and don't allow, because I see whispering on the side and coalitions being built, and don't get involved in that because this is their ego issues, right? And you're all living together because you can't afford to live separately. So it should be supportive. It shouldn't be driving each other away. So to get rid of the jealousies, it took my sister and I well into our gray haired years, even though she doesn't let her hair grow gray, to say how we felt when we were children, right? Don't carry those childhood um, competitiveness and squabbles into adulthood with you. They need to be dealt with because chances are, okay, what you think the other person thinks is what you think, not what they think, unless you ask them.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense at all. So I can decide, oh, well, Jean thinks this about me, but I don't know what Jean thinks about me unless I ask Jean, right?
Mm-hmm.
I won't go. Anyway, so if you if this has to do with housework, the stuff that has to do about housework and stuff, do your share. Don't be guilt tripped into anything else. As far as the money goes, there needs to be a strong, hard discussion uh, in a gentle manner. I will put that in there. That there's four of you. If all four of you are working, then you split it four ways. Start a kitty, put it together four ways. I hope
Absolutely.
and I have this strong male figure that I can't kind of identify it, but it's kind of like tell them to stop and just do it. Don't let them get away with it. They're just working on you because they can.
She said, great messages. I feel so much better. And get that chores. The chores,
Yep.
on Monday, Azza does the dishes. On Tuesday, somebody else does the dishes, the chores or the maintenance or whatever needs to be done around the house. Make sure you share all that and
Yep.
it rotates, you know.
If I cook, you clean up afterwards. You each
Mm-hmm.
have skills, and you
Mm-hmm.
like to each do things. But if you
And
want to wait on, they'll sure let you.
and honestly, it's a good preparation
Mhm.
for when you all migrate out of the house and get more established on your own and have a partner in life.
Mhm.
You're going to have to do this no matter who you're
Mhm.
with. So
Right.
it's important to find these ways of
Yes.
making peace. I'm
learn
laughing
learn to
because
learn to set those boundaries now, even with a partner.
that's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah. And look, I left that on the whole time, Jenny. I can't believe it. Isn't that crazy? Well, I think we're going to go ahead and stop there. Do you want to do one more reading for like the collective for everybody for the beginning, the maybe for
Sure.
the I don't have a picture of the super moon. I don't remember what it's called, but it's October 6th and 7th,
It
so
would be
it's
the harvest
tonight.
moon. It would be
Is
the
it the
harvest
harvest
moon.
moon?
I
Okay.
think so.
And it's the
It's a
super
pretty
moon and it's
profound
the
one. It's sitting on a pretty profound, and I won't go into the details because then my astrology friends will go, don't do that. It's a
uh-huh.
powerful moon, but it's everything is powerful if we want it to be. Okay, I'm going to pick a card from the Archangel's Oracle.
Okay, I just Candy, I just thought of it because she said the moon. I have a headache today. I don't get headaches. She said, I've been getting lots of headaches. I think it's the moon. I think it's the astral. She said, am I going through a clearing or an awakening? I think it's the moon. I
Yes,
think you're
both.
really,
There's the according to the astrologers, the cosmic energy right now is off the charts. Okay. So I will pick the top card when Jean tells me to stop.
oh, well, stop.
Daniel, divine discernment. Trust in the messages within. They are divinely guided.
Oh, discernment is so important.
Mhm.
Divine discernment. Oh, very nice. So let me see what I can get. Self-care and being kind to yourself is paramount in these next couple of months for all of us, even though some of us may be feeling and experiencing more stress than others. It's important for all of us to take care of ourselves because it does level up and help to support the collective. They're also saying that the time change is going to be a little more effective on us as well. And so it's really important to be supportive, make sure that we're being kind to ourselves, making sure we're eating right, getting enough sleep. And if you are feeling uneasy or unwell just a little bit, make sure you like nip it in the bud. Don't push through or barrel through. It's important to, oh, okay, let me just take a little rest here. Let me go take a break. Let me, maybe eat something, or just make sure you pay attention to your body. And the self-care is spending time with your connecting to your spiritual guides and angels, and maybe even like soaking your feet or soaking in a bathtub of Epsom salt, like these type of self-care suggestions, taking the time and practicing that relaxation and that stillness. I hear somebody like laughing, like, Jean, if I had 5 minutes to be still. I know some people's lives are like busy from sun up to sundown and then some. And I get it, but try and take care of yourself whenever you feel just a little bit out of sorts, and it'll help you to maintain a better sense of well-being. And you won't get yourself in that little dip of energy. So that's what I have.
Wow.
And Candy's like, make sure to stay hydrated.
Not the truth.
Well, thank you, Ginny, for being here, for
Thank
coming
you.
in.
It's fun.
For reading together. I always love when we get together. And I will be back this afternoon, everybody. If you guys would like to come over to the Crone Zone channel, we're having the Wisdom Circle is at 4 p.m. Today is in 1 hour, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. And Terry Lee's going to be doing a presentation, and it's going to be phenomenal if you're interested. And then immediately following that show, Terry Suzuki and myself will be back later for mysteries and readings, and we're going to have lots of fun together. I know it's a busy Monday. I know.
Wow.
I know. Well, thank you all very much. And please do come back and see us again soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.